In this video, we're going to go over a step-by-step guide how to become a real estate agent in Minnesota. In this guide, we're going to go over the step-by-step process on how to get your real estate license. And lastly, we're going to go over how to pick the right brokerage and have the highest chance of success in this industry. So let's go into the video right now. So becoming a real estate agent can be a really great career, and many people are looking for a change. I remember when I left my 9-to-5 job, I was looking for something that offered a little bit more flexibility and offered me a chance to have a higher income and remove the glass ceiling that I had put on my income at my corporate career. So if you're looking to do the same thing, this can be something great to get into. And we're gonna go into a step-by-step guide so you know exactly what to do to get licensed. Let's dive into some of the basic steps to get licensed, and then we'll dive a little deeper into each one of these steps before we get into how to select the right brokerage. How do you actually become a real estate agent in Minnesota? First, you have to be 18 years old or older. You must have a high school diploma or a GED. Next, you have to complete 90 hours of state-approved pre-licensing classes. Then you're going to complete your real estate agent background check. Then you're going to schedule your exam with Pearson VUE, which is a real estate testing center. You need to pass that test with a 75% score or higher. And then you're going to submit your real estate license application and pick your sponsoring broker. Before you can start listing $1 million homes, you have to complete your classes and get licensed. So let's dive into exactly what those classes entail. You're basically gonna have 90 hours of real estate coursework to get through before you can sit for your exam. Now, one of the best ways to get this done is through online classes. And I recommend you check out Real Estate Express. They have some really great courses and some really great classes for real estate agents that are looking to get this 90 hours complete. So if you want to click the affiliate link down below, you'll see different prices, and they oftentimes have sales on their real estate courses, so be sure to check that out. Once you get through the 90 hours of classroom time, it's time to sit down and really study hard, because you want to make sure that you can pass this exam and get through it so you can submit for your license application and start looking for your brokerage that you want to work at. Now you might be asking, 90 hours is a lot of time, and it's a lot of classroom work. So what are you actually going to learn during these real estate classes? So I remember when I first sat down for my real estate classes, a lot of this was like a whole new language for me, and I didn't really know what to expect. So here's some things that you're gonna learn during your real estate classes. You're gonna learn real estate math, you're gonna learn land use laws and regulations, fair housing guidelines, real estate financing, real estate contracts, transfer of title, how that works, brokerage relationships, sales disclosures, property analysis, which is basically how to help a seller price their home for an accurate amount, rules of the Minnesota Real Estate Commission, license law, ethics, and agency laws. So classes are going to be jam-packed full of new information, and try your best to retain as much as possible, because a lot of this stuff is going to show up on your exam again, and you want to make sure that you're ready to answer these questions and score a high score on your test so you can move on to doing the next steps. So you might be asking, what is the best way to study for your real estate exam? Well, back when I passed my real estate exam, the textbooks just weren't cutting it for me. I really didn't enjoy sitting down in front of a book for hours and flipping through pages. So I found a tool called Prep Agent, and that helped me pass my exam. Now, what Prep Agent does is it actually gives you test-like simulations that are very similar to what's on the actual real estate exam. And you go through these simulations on a computer just like you would in your real estate exam. And when you answer a question wrong, it tells you why you answered it wrong. And then it also gives you the right answer and tells you why that answer is correct. So this is a really good way to digest and retain knowledge and give yourself a much higher chance of passing the real estate exam. So if you want to check that product out, there's actually an affiliate link in the description below where you can check out the pricing. And the best thing about this program is if you go through it and you go through all the testing and you fail, they actually offer a 100% money back guarantee. So they're so confident in their product that you're gonna pass the exam that if you actually fail it after using their product, as of now, they have a policy where they give you the money back. Now, I don't know if that policy is always gonna be there, so definitely double check it before you buy the product. But as of now, there is a money back guarantee, and I highly suggest you check that out because it definitely helped me pass my exam. Next, you want to get through your real estate background check. So in real estate, before you get licensed, they're going to want to make sure you don't have a criminal record. This background check currently costs about $35, and it takes a couple weeks to process and get done. So I highly suggest you get that done sooner than later. Once you're done with that, it's time to schedule your actual exam with Pearson VUE. So once you completed your 90 hours of coursework and you're ready to actually sit down and take your exam, now it's time to schedule with Pearson VUE. Now, when you schedule, you want to make sure you schedule in advance. You can't just walk into the testing center and just take the test and sit down and take it. You actually have to schedule the exam at a specific time and date. Another thing to keep in mind that this is not an open book test. You're going to have to retain the knowledge that you study, and you're going to have to go take the test without any notes or any booklets. So you might be asking, what do you actually have to bring to the testing center on test day? Well, they're going to want you to bring 2 forms of identification and a non-scientific calculator for the math portion of the exam. Now, here are some things that you could bring that count as forms of identification. You could bring a driver's license, you could bring a US Social Security card, you could bring a passport, you could bring a debit card with a signature, you could bring your credit card with a signature, or a green card. Now, you might be asking, how long do you actually have to get this exam done? Well, the good news is, as of now, you have 3 hours to complete this exam. So take your time, make sure you read the questions over a couple times before you submit your answer, and really just think through each question because you have plenty of time to get this done, and most agents actually finish the exam early. Now, you might be full of anxiety once you complete the exam, and you might be wondering, did you pass or did you fail? Well, the good news is you're actually going to get the results right after you complete the exam. So you won't have to wait a ton of time to learn if you passed or failed. Now, if you did fail the exam, you might be asking if you can retake it. Well, the answer is yes, you can. As of now, it's a $63 fee to retake your exam. So it's going to cost you a little bit of money to go and retake it, but don't be too let down because a lot of real estate agents that are very successful in my market and many markets throughout the country failed the exam the first time that they tried to take it. So don't be too discouraged. Just realize you're going to have to put a little bit more time in studying, and you're going to have to invest a little bit more money to retake the exam, but it's not the end of the world. Stay positive and you can do it. Now, you might be wondering, how long does it actually take you to complete the real estate exam in Minnesota? Well, it's going to take you between 3 and 6 months. Keep in mind, you're going to have to complete 90 hours of pre-licensed coursework. So this can take some time. You're also going to have to study for your exam. You're going to have to pass your exam. You're going to have to do some background check stuff. And then you're going to have to pick your sponsoring broker and submit your license application fee. So there are some things you have to do before you can actually get licensed and start selling homes. So I would account anywhere between 3 and 6 months. Some people can move at a faster rate, others move at a slower rate. But if you're motivated to do this, I highly suggest you just put the work in every day and get one step closer towards getting your license daily. Now, how much does it actually cost to get your real estate license? Well, my goal is to give you a ballpark idea on how much it's actually going to cost to get started. Now, keep in mind, any of these numbers can change at any time. This is just a rough estimate. So we estimate it's going to cost anywhere between $870 and $1,300 to get your Minnesota real estate license. So here are some of the expenses. You have a real estate background check fee, which we estimate at $33.25. We have the initial real estate salesperson's license fee, which is $110. We have the Minnesota real estate exam fee, which is about $65. And we estimate anywhere between $400 and $500 for your real estate pre-license courses. Again, check the link in the description below for Real Estate Express and see if they have any deals going on at the moment. Then we estimated between $200 and $500 for realtor board dues, and then an extra $100 for any additional study aids if you want to use Prep Agent as a resource. So again, there's an affiliate link for Prep Agent and Real Estate Express in the description below. Now you might be asking, does Minnesota have any real estate reciprocity agreements in place with any other states? And the good news is they actually do. So here's some states that Minnesota has full reciprocity agreements in: Colorado, Iowa, Nebraska, North Dakota, South Dakota, and Oklahoma. Last but not least, I want to dive into how to pick the right brokerage as a new agent. Once you go through all this work and you finally get licensed, you're going to be excited to get out there and start selling homes. But you might not know how to pick the right brokerage. There are so many brokerages, and even experienced agents struggle to pick the right brokerage. many agents jump from brokerage to brokerage to brokerage, never finding the right fit for them. So in this video, I aim to give you some tips on how to find the right brokerage that's going to give you the highest probability at success as a new agent. The first thing I want to dive into is the importance of training. You want to make sure you get involved with a brokerage that offers good training to new real estate agents. You want to make sure they have a mentorship program in place, and you want to make sure that they actually have a new agent training program in place that's going to take you through each step of the process in an organized, structured way. You know, a lot of brokerages say that they have training for new agents, but they just give you access to an experienced agent and say, hey, you can call them if you have a question. And that doesn't really do as much for you as a structured program that's going to get you through the process step by step. So I highly suggest that you ask deep questions on what type of mentorship they offer. Next is the commission splits. Now, as a new agent, it's not as important as you might think. When I was a new agent, I wanted, a really good commission split, and that's what I really cared about. And I passed up a lot of really good opportunities with great mentors and great training because I was just looking for the right split. Now, fortunately, I found a brokerage that offered good training and good splits, so it worked out. But many agents go down this road the wrong way, and they end up going down a road that leads them to failure. Commission splits are important. I'm not undermining that, but training is the most important thing. And if you have to give up a little bit more of your commission to get the right training, it's well worth it at the end of the day, because you want to set yourself up for success in your first year as a real estate agent and make sure that you are able to get a good solid foundation built so your second and third year can be much more profitable and much bigger. So look at the split as an investment in yourself and your business. Next is the ongoing monthly fees. So if you didn't know, many brokerages have ongoing monthly fees to be a part of that company. It's kind of like a gym membership. Every month you pay to be a part of that brokerage. Now, not every brokerage has these monthly fees, but a lot of them do. Now, it's something just to keep in mind when you're going through the process of picking a brokerage, because if you only have a certain amount of money saved to start this business, you want to keep in mind that this monthly fee is going to dig into that money every month, and it's going to give you a shorter period of time to get your business off the ground and actually find success. So keep it in mind, it's not a deal breaker. If you find a great brokerage that has great training and everything else fits, then it might be worth paying that monthly fee. But if you find a brokerage that's just as good that doesn't have that fee, it might make more sense to go to that brokerage, especially if you only have a small amount of money saved to get this business started. Last but not least, I want to talk about the commission cap. So some brokerages have a commission cap where once you pay them a certain amount of money in commission splits, they no longer take commission split income and they might charge a flat fee. Now, this isn't something to focus on as a new agent, but it's definitely questions you want to ask, because if you do have a rock star year, you want to know what you're going to potentially pay out to that brokerage, and you want to make sure that you're comfortable doing that and that it fits your business model. After all, you're a new real estate entrepreneur, you're a business owner, so you want to make sure you're tracking all your expenses, and it's just responsible to ask all these questions to your new potential brokerage. So in conclusion, if you want to become a real estate agent in Minnesota, it's definitely a goal worth working towards. It can be a great career and it can be a great business to start. And if you put the work in and you study hard and you really make the effort, you can totally do this. So if you have questions, drop it in the comment section below. I'll do my best to get back to you ASAP. And we also have an article about how to get your license in the state of Minnesota below. So if you want to check that out on our blog, definitely do that. So good luck with your exam. I hope this video helped you out a lot. If you like real estate content for entrepreneurs, definitely subscribe and hit the like button. Thanks so much for watching and have an awesome day.